Round 2, fight. I've been through a lot. I'm drinking. That server stuff's been destroying me. It really is. Like, is it so much to ask for a fucking 3.5-inch form factor fucking server? It's there. I know it's there. That's what I paid for. That's what I ordered. That's what I wanted. It's not what I got. And it's Friday, so when the foot bullshit dildo, yeah. We repeat this little process. And we put this into here, and there it is. Mouse sensitivities and little dildos. System restore, yes I do. Other option might have been like a disk clone or something along those lines. But since we're dealing with virtual machines, you could literally have just copied back and forth anyways. It's just I don't know how to do that correctly. So here we have a completely untouched hard drive, 40 gigs. I literally deleted the entire hard drive that we installed Windows Server on just moments ago, and made a new one so that we can do a system restoration. There it is, enable universal restore, which is like an OS migration. It will attempt to migrate the installation of the operating system and everything on that drive to a new one on new hardware. It's still in a virtual environment, so it's mostly going to be whatever. Sometimes drivers and things complicate the matters significantly in all sorts of different ways. But case-by-case basis, there's a lot of experimenting to be done with restoration stuff. And I'm still on the fence between many different tools, between my primary solution for my desktops, which is this guy, Easus. I don't think I'm even using the latest version of it, but this is what I've been using, and it's been reliable, but I recall not liking something about it, and it may have been in relation to GPT disks, although my primary system is using MBR partitioned in 2 terabyte chunks. My other desktops all use GPT with their big drives and all that because of the different motherboards and all the, the options available are different and so on and so on. But this has been very, very reliable. Every day it creates a backup, and using incremental backups doesn't take a lot of space. So I have between 1 week and 2 weeks worth of recovery dates. Very reliable. And it even has its own options of converting into P2E, physical to virtual. So if you wanted to take a backup and move it into a virtualized environment, it has the option. But you can kind of do that with a lot of these tools, so turns out it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I did a system backup when I was doing some tech support on someone's laptop that had really taken a bad. First thing I did was I just happened to use this tool, installed it, created a full system backup, not sector by sector. We're not recovering deleted files. I just needed a backup so that I can restore it, convert it, move it into a virtual machine, run my tests and stuff in a virtualized simulated environment before I even tried it on a physical machine. And worst case scenario, and that's what ended up happening, is pulled all your files, reinstalled reinstalled the OS. Everything's nice and pristine and clean, and I even optimized a few things, etc., etc. Where are we at? 55. So there's that. There's also, but it doesn't play nice with Windows Server. It's this Paragon. And it's a really bizarre fucking tool because there's a lot of different names it goes by. And it's strangely documented and strangely worded and so on. I really don't have words to it, but this is one of the best, like, backup and restoration tools I've used. Really has been so far. It's done what a lot of things in very specific niche cases, especially recovering two-way partition and things like that I've had trouble with anything else with. And it does backups to a virtual disk. And they all technically do that, but this one's just more honest about it, like just the concept, etc., etc. But it has all the same features and stuff. But in my case, it doesn't work with Windows Server. And since I plan on using a lot of Windows Server stuff, I wanted something that was compatible with Windows Server as well. But this has all the same types of features, and it does it really well if you can figure out how. But there's like migrate operating system, all your cloning type stuff, etc., etc. When in doubt, this is the one I would probably use if I'm tech supporting stuff or weird shit's going on. Alright, anyways, I'm going to shut up about that. Looks like this is done. Let's hit finish. So let's see how well it restored my system, so to speak. We can stop this PXE server. Okay, it's booting into Windows. That's a good sign. Now remember, I deleted the previous hard drive. It was a blank, unformatted, new drive. What the fuck is this? I've never seen that before. It's like, there you go. Now you got it. You're there. Now in this case, you can see it's doing stuff, getting devices ready. This is part of the operating system migration type process. And I believe it's mostly like driver related stuff. If it was just a straight one-to-one copy, it would have not done that getting ready phase. It would have literally been boom, boom. Had you been cloning one drive into the next. And there it is. So it works. So let's do this. This is the second original test server. Let's go ahead and shut this guy down. Gonna shut down GIST. Close that. You want to allow your PC to be discoverable? Yes. It's kind of necessary. We'll toss you out. Alright. No, we won't. Whatever. So it's doing weird stuff with the internet, but that's probably because it's got a fixed IP address. Okay, so this one's shut down. We're going to do two things, I think. I think it's just a conflict of IPs, but yeah, that's really something. So let's go into settings. We're going to flat out remove this network adapter and just add a new one. And as you guys remember from earlier, there's 3 physical connections into this server now. Everything besides what I did with pfSense is just the default VM network. Okay, there's internet, but I think it's going to go off the DHC. Nope. All right, good. It's still configured to what I needed it to be. Windows Server thing. I was going to just go into the network thing, but I just wanted to double check using the server manager since it's convenient. I would love to use this as a desktop if it wasn't for a few complications